uncontrolled distribution of weapons and explosives, training camps for the militants and suicide bombers, decentralization of power with field commanders and officials fattening their pockets on the lives of their compatriots. The controlled process of Afghanization of Ukraine is gaining momentum. I am Andrey Sych. This is the screenshot section. Let's figure it out. Afghanistan has long served as a fodder base for Western arms factories owners. The military-industrial complex showed record profits even in the absence of fierce battles. Equipment, ammunition, weapons were safely stockpiled at the bases under the pretext of providing for the local army being formed under NATO control. The arms lobby justified such expenses for the budget by the conflict's protracted nature. Such rhetoric is increasingly heard today in relation to Ukraine, wherein most of the pathetically declared amounts traditionally remain in the territory of generous donors. The war in Ukraine is now a war of attrition, and the war of attrition is becoming a war of logistics. So, the importance of having a strong defense industry that is able to provide equipment, maintenance, repair of various types of systems over long distances, including these vehicles that we see here. During the democratization of Afghanistan, the United States spent $86 billion to create an invincible local army. In total, according to independent auditors, more than $2 trillion went into the furnace over 20 years. In Afghanistan, they have worked out the secret technology of ghost battalions. Phantom soldiers were assigned to the elite units, for which salaries were allocated monthly, as well as food, weapons, ammunition, and so on. According to the Americans themselves, 46 ghost battalions, 800 people each, were uncovered. This is almost 37,000 people. Doesn't it remind you of anything? The notorious Ukrainian offensive guard was prepared by NATO at the training grounds of the European Union. The training took place in Slovenia. NATO instructors were Slovak by nationality. What were you taught? Well, tactics, defense and tactics, clearing buildings. What was the level of training? Well, if we put it on a 5-point scale, then somewhere in the 3 grade. The performance of US-trained units of Ukraine on the battlefield is also not better than those in Afghanistan. When the Taliban began to advance, most of the regular army scampered towards Uzbekistan in planes, jeeps, and just by swimming. The counter-offensive of Ukraine demonstrates a similar level of training of fighters. Investor David Sachs tweeted, "Every day it becomes ever more obvious that the Ukrainian counter-offensive will not achieve any of the goals." He also stressed that Washington's support for Kiev could threaten to repeat the Afghan scenario. The situation that is now developing, and most likely will continue to develop in Ukraine, is a situation that brings together the experience of not only Afghanistan, but also Syria, Libya and Iraq. That is, in fact, all those states that fell out of favor with the United States, and on those territories such serious global conflicts were unfolded, plunging these states almost into the Stone Age for many decades. It is worth recalling that the withdrawal of US troops from Afghanistan was accompanied by Biden's pathetic statement about the achievement of goals in the fight against terrorism. The only problem is that when these goals are achieved in Ukraine, there will be not enough seats on the planes for everyone either. Andrey Sych about template schemes for the export of democracy in the screenshot section.